Hello, happy Thursday. I'm just going to get everything situated on my computer in front of me so I can see comments. Welcome to this week's virtual craft together. We will be doing, hopefully you saw my little teaser. We're going to be doing something with sunflowers tonight. I've been noticing that sunflowers are very popular right now, and of course it is their peak season, I think, at least in our area, for them to be in full bloom. And yeah, so I am going to get this all set up here. So hello, hello. Hi Marisa, I'm surprised you're not already in bed. Your Girl Scout meeting just ended. Well, I did go to Scouts tonight. I didn't have a full meeting, but I did get back before 8 tonight, which is not normal. So I was able to be up here a few minutes before 8:30 and say goodnight to my kids before that. So it's on your list. The sunflower set is on your list. Yes, it is a great one. It was actually in the catalog, the main catalog. It was one of the first things I bought. So I also love sunflowers. I love the whole suite of stuffs there with it. So, like I said, I'm gonna get this situated. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Let people know that I'm here and get going in just a moment. So thanks for your patience. And I know I'm looking down because I'm trying to get the computer situated. Okay. Save that. Okay. All right. Hello, hello. Several of you have said hello, and hopefully a few more will be joining us once they see the notification that I'm here. All right. Now I'm going to try and do this and not hear myself. There we go. Because I like to have it in front of me on the computer screen so that I can see the comments bigger than on my phone, because on my phone I can't see them that well, because you know, and then when I flip the phone down I really can't see them. So I am going to, why is this so big here? Let me try a different view real quick. Alrighty, so we're getting ready. Like I said, just got home from Scouts myself, so I'm glad you're able to join us, Katie, and done with your Scout obligation. You're on the Girl Scouts, I'm on the Boy Scouts. And so, all right, let's see. Here. I'm not sure why the comments are not showing up so like I want them to, but I will do my best to see the comments. So if I miss something, I will try and catch it later. But alrighty, so it's Thursday nights, just a little bit after 8:30, so it's time for our virtual craft together. Hopefully you have got something in front of you that you're going to be crafting along with me. Like I said, as a teaser, I put out, I'll be doing something with the sunflowers tonight. And so it is definitely one of my favorite sets in the whole main catalog. It was one of the first ones I bought. I think it was on the first order that I was able to buy from the new catalog. So, so anyway, it's been a great week. It's been an exhausting week. We've been on our first week of school. So today was day 3 of school. Of course, I didn't have school on Monday, and school is at home right now for both my boys. So they actually have desks up here. One of them's right there. His desk is right there. And the other one is sitting over there during the day. So we're sharing this studio space for them to do class. So it's been I think I'm having more trouble than they are. They've been adapting really well and just going with the flow. My youngest one wants the classes to be back to back to back and not have breaks in between. He's supposed to get it all done. But anyway, that's fine too. He's just excited. They're both excited. So I have a 3rd and a 5th grader, and so they're you know, they're both in the elementary school, and so it's been fun. It's been a learning experience this first few days, and you know, just trying to get them used to the program that the school is using and get myself used to it. I still have a couple of things I have to set up, like the parent portal, which is different from the normal parent thing. So I'll be working on that this weekend. But all right, well, let me get started with my normal Thursday routine. So the first thing I'm going to do tonight is give you a quick update on where I'm at on my points. Those that have been following along since July, know that I have been working to earn my first incentive trip with Stampin' Up. Now, a little bit of history. I've been a demonstrator for over 17 years, and I have never earned an incentive trip. I've always, it's just never been the thing I've been striving for. And this year was really one of those years where like, I really want to work for it. My team's in a great place, which of course having my team is the reason I am where I am right now with the points, because they have really just done an outstanding job this year and grown so much, every single one of them in different ways. And so their growth of course helps me as their team leader. So anyway, so I started this little chart in July, and each week on Thursday nights I update where I'm at. So I'm down to 19 squares, so a few more off of the chart. I didn't have any events this last week, so just a couple of orders went in, but I have a couple of events coming up. So this coming week I have my stamp club, I have an online class that I've got going on right now, a kit to go class, and then some other things later this month. So the club is going to be my in-house club, and then I've got a couple more events later this month. If you haven't joined my BOGO event sale page, it's a separate group, that is going to be on Saturday, September 19th at 7 p.m. and that's an online buy one get one sale. There is an explanation of what I did when I did it last in June, and I'll be doing it similarly for the month of September. And so I will reiterate those rules and the guidelines of how my BOGO works, but that will also help me get more flowers on my trip points. So these are the ones, I had 49 squares to fill in before the end of September, and now I'm down to 19. So it's every day is getting a little bit closer, and it's super exciting. Last week, beginning of September, I also said I would basically turn this chart for what's remaining into dollars. So if you look at just dollar amounts, which of course I get points not only for sales, but I also get points from team growth and personal growth and development. So I've gotten 3 of the dollar blocks filled in. So it's a total of $4,200 in sales that are needed. So I'm down to $3,900. Again, still a ways to go, but hey, we're only a third of the month through, right? So but again, I can get points other than just by sales. So I might skip through these a little bit faster in the next week or so. So that's just exciting. I'm eagerly checking every day, and but of course I'm only updating and sharing here on the Virtual Craft Together each week. So thank you again for your support and love. And I see some of you have made comments and I can't see them all the way I normally do. So I'm sorry if I am not acknowledged, but I'm gonna scan through real quick. Hello, hello. Yes, so I will have to go back and read them after because I cannot see them on the computer like I normally do. Sometimes it opens weird and I cannot figure out how to shrink down what I want to shrink down. Maybe, I'm not gonna mess with it now. We'll just go with it. Okay, so a couple quick reminders before I start my project, and that is tonight is, of course, the last night to sign up for Paper Pumpkin for the month. I posted about it earlier today with a link to sign up for Paper Pumpkin. There's also a link at the top of this description of this video if you would like to sign up for Paper Pumpkin, but it's for the September kit, and the 10th of the month is always the last day to sign up. So tonight is the last night. So if you're watching this on the replay on Friday, the September kit is already gone. So you're already gonna be signing up for the October kit, which I know I got a teaser this afternoon. I didn't get to see the whole thing, but the October kit is going to be Christmas themed. So you can already go ahead and sign up for that starting tomorrow. Okay, so that's one major thing that's date time critical. And then other than that, the big thing is, if you want to participate in my BOGO sale, again, put the date down. It's September 19th. It's a Saturday evening. And basically, the BOGO sale is a lot of fun. It's kind of fast paced, I will say that. The last time we did it, it was really quick. And so my friend Lily, who sometimes pops on here, she is a student, a college student who's currently away at school in South Carolina, so she will not be here helping me. So, surprise, I have had to convince and twist the arm of my husband. He is going to be my runner that night. So we will see how that goes. We could end up in a dispute at the end of it, but we'll figure it out. But I told him, I was like, if you want to help me, if you want to go to Maui, you got to help me with this, because I don't have my Lily here right now. So, and I hopefully if she doesn't see this now, hopefully she'll see that and know how much I'm missing her. But so again, thank you all for joining tonight. Make sure you do two things: share the video and share what you're crafting, because those two things are going to get you into a prize patrol drawing. And I usually do a couple of handmade cards and some small kind of gifty, crafty thing. It could be some random craft supplies. It could be, I don't know, anything that I put together in a little package. So, but always at least 2 hand stamped cards, sometimes more. So get your name in the prize patrol drawing by again. Oh, great. I see some of the comments now. You'll watch just to see that. Thank you for the encouragement. Yes, it could happen. I'm sure he'll be more than helpful that night, but it should be fun. And I've got stuff already getting staged for that. Now, some things I've put in previous sales, so I will just open the albums back up for shopping for the things that have already been shown live. And yeah, he knows it's for the trip. Trust me, he knows. He keeps asking, how you doing? What's going on? So he is definitely invested. But I also have some kits that are going to be for sale, some random things, lots of designer paper that's going to be for sale that night, and it's buy one, get one. So you actually get the retired things for free and you purchase new product. So that's how it works. And again, the rule explanations are there from the last time I did it, and I will repost those for this event coming up week after. Well, it's not this Saturday, but next. Okay, so that'll be a lot of fun. Okay, let's see. Let's get ready to switch it down to the desktop so we can do our project. And again, I'm going to be using the sunflower set called Celebrate Sunflowers. And it's, again, one of my favorites. It was the very first, and the first order I did with this catalog back in, must have been April or May, because the catalog went live in June, so it probably was in May, but it could have been in April because I got a pre-order opportunity. That was one of the first suites I bought. So let me turn it down, and for those of you who don't normally tune in, if this is your first time, I am going to cover the camera so that when I flip my phone down, hopefully you don't get motion sickness, okay? So I'm still here, but the camera will go dark for just a moment. Well, maybe it will, maybe it won't. I think I did something backwards. There we go. And then I'll just have to make a quick adjustment so that I make sure my stamping spot place is in the screen. So this is the stamp set, and let me move my keyboard out of the way so I don't hit keys inadvertently. All right, so this is the stamp set I'm going to be using tonight. It's called Celebrate Sunflowers. The stamp set itself is red rubber stamp, so it's a cling mount stamp, and it has 8 pieces in it. I'm going to be using the large sunflower, which is a beautiful stamp. The detail in it is just awesome. The small sunflower, and then the greeting that says, know that you are loved. So that's what I'm going to be using out of here. And the colors of ink I'm going to be using are Early Espresso and Old Olive. So just 2 ink colors. But then I'm going to pull in some blends markers. So I've got the Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, and then these are Soft Suede. So I've got these 3 sets of blends. So I'm going to do some blending real quick for us on our project. Let me see if I can get a little bit better light. Sometimes it is better, sometimes it's not. I think we'll be okay. I have a couple lights up here, so that might be too much of a glare. Okay, so this is the stamp set. In the main catalog, it is on page 13. And again, the stamp set's by itself, but you can also bundle it with the dies. And the dies are called Sunflower dies. and it comes with 9 pieces, and several of the images in the stamp set are cut out. So you can get one to cut out the sunflower. It's the big one, the small sunflower, some of the leaves, and then there's some extra pieces as well. And then this die here actually cuts a detailed sunflower for you. So this is the one that just does the outline of the stamped image, and then this one does a very nice detailed sunflower. And there's a couple of extra pieces here to coordinate, and then a detailed leaf as well. Okay, so I've already die cut what I need for our project tonight, so I don't need these, but I just wanted to show them to you real quick. So you can bundle them together for a 10% discount, and that is $51.25 for the bundle, both the stamp set and dies, or you can get the stamp set by itself as just $24. Okay, that does go with an entire suite of products. Let me open my catalog up a little bit, which the suite encompasses this stamp set too that coordinates this jar of flowers. But this is the Flowers for Every Season suite of products. So it has all kinds of things inside of it. It has some 6x6 paper, which includes some of the sunflower images, but some other flowers as well. It includes a ribbon combo pack, the little shaker jar pieces, and then the pieces that go inside the shaker jars. And it actually comes with some blends, the new in color blends, including Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, Magenta Madness, and Misty Moonlight. So out of those 5 new in colors, they make 4 in the blends markers, but not the Bumblebee. They don't make the Bumblebee. I'm not using those tonight on my project, but that's some of the things that are included in the whole suite of products there for the Flowers for Every Season. So this is on page 10 and 11, and if you flip the next page, 12 and 13 are the stamps that's kind of enlarged to show you the detail of those. All right, so that's a little bit about what I'm using tonight. And move a couple things out of the way. I'll also be using this punch. This is the story label punch, and this is in the regular catalog, so it's not new, but I'm using this for my greeting tag. All right, so this is what it's going to look like, and I'm just going to show you real quick. So again, I'm using the large sunflower, the smaller sunflower. I'm going to do some coloring detail on that, and then the tag with the greeting. And then a little bit of the Bumblebee ribbon to accent. So my cardstock colors, my base is going to be the Cinnamon Cider, which is the new in color. It's like a brown color. And it's going to be 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. So this is going to be the card base. Now, I am not putting a liner inside of this card at this time, but if you wanted to do something inside here, you could do a piece of white or vanilla. Now, I am going to be using vanilla on my project. These are actually pieces of very vanilla instead of white. So I would probably match it and do a vanilla inside. And then, of course, you could add a few more stamps on that if you wanted to add the small sunflower inside there or the leaf or something. Okay, so I'm going to just fold that, and I'm going to put that to the side. And then I've cut down a piece of Bumblebee cardstock, and this is actually 5 by 3 3/4. So it's not the normal quarter sheet layer that we do, it's just a touch smaller. So again, it's 5 by 4 1/4. And I'm going to start with stamping in the Early Espresso, and I'm going to use the very large detailed sunflower. Now, when I stamp large stamps like this, I tend to stamp it, or ink it, I should say, upside down, just to make sure I get really nice coverage on my stamp. And this is a very detailed stamp. Now, again, it is just going to be the background of what I'm doing, so if it's not perfect, I'm okay with that. So I'm going to turn this sideways. So I'm going to be stamping on the long side of the card, which will be vertical when we get to putting it together, but I just want to be able to have a little bit more control. So I'm going to stamp 1. Let me re-ink it with the Early Espresso. And then I'm going to do a second one right next to it. And that's what it looks like. So you just got the 2 sunflowers right there, overlapping a little bit. Now, I can go ahead and put that on my card base, because that's all that's going to happen with that. And I'm going to use some of my multi-purpose mono glue. Thank you, thank you. I see more have been making comments. I cannot see the comments very well tonight. Somehow my screen is not showing them. So I will have to come back and respond to you later. But thank you for being here and crafting along. Hopefully you're doing something fun and crafty tonight. And if you are, you need to tell me what you're doing, what you're creating. All right. So now we can put this to the side, and I'm going to bring in some scrap paper. And on the scrap paper, I've got a couple pieces. I've got some, these are both very vanilla. One thing I'm going to do is stamp the smaller sunflower from the stamp set. And this one does have a couple of leaves on it. So I'm going to again use the early espresso so that it's a nice dark, and of course the dark brown is a really nice color combination, and a sunflower, when you look at the pictures of sunflowers, it's like my favorite colors. The rich yellows, the browns, the greens, like all of that. So that's going to be there. And then on this one, I'm going to stamp the greeting in Old Olive ink. And I'm going to kind of do it to the side. It's not going to be centered because we're going to punch it out in just a moment. Okay, so that's all the stamping I'm going to do. So on this one, again, that was an Old Olive. I'm going to take my story label punch, just punch that out. I'm going to kind of put it to the top right side. And of course, holding it upside down so I can place it where I want it. And then this one, I would be taking to my new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine if I wanted to, and cut it out, and voila, it would look like this with the dies. So I'm going to go ahead and color this one. Let me see. It's a little better on this side. I'm going to color in with my Stampin' blends. And again, I've got three sets of them. I've got the Old Olive, which I'm going to do with the leaves. The soft suede I'm going to do in the center. And then I'm going to do the Daffodil Delight on the sunflower itself. So there's different ways to do the blends. This is how I do them. May or may not be the best way, but this is what I have been doing with the blend. So on your blend, you always have the two tips, the brush tip and the small tip. This is a little bit more detailed. So what I'm going to do is take the small tip and do the lighter of the two. So the Daffodil Delight light blend. And I'm doing the outer part of the petals, and I'll show you in just a second up close. So again, let me know. Somebody is stitching. It's for me. What? Oh, Beth. Beth is doing some cross stitching. Nice. Kimberly's working on some cards for teachers and the bus driver. Nice. I'm trying to look at the comments, but now I'm getting distracted. Okay, stay focused. All right. Can you hear all that squeakiness? So these blends markers are really fun. They're alcohol based. So depending on what ink you're using with them, like what you've stamped, they can bleed a little bit. So you have to be careful with what ink you're using and making sure that it's dry also. So of course this one I stamped earlier today, so it's very dry. All right, so I did not do the whole thing. Hopefully you can see that. I did just kind of the outer edges with the light Daffodil Light, and now I'm going to come back in with the dark Daffodil Light and kind of go more towards the center and just fill in. And so it's just going to be, you know, kind of blended together. There's not like going to be a hard line or something. It's just kind of go with where the markings of the stamp. You can kind of see some of the lines of the stamp. I kind of just go right along those edges and blend into the light color that I just did. Now you can also come back in with the light and do a little bit more blending and pulling those colors together if you want. I'm not going to do that tonight, just to keep it a little bit in the time, but you can kind of see the difference in the colors there. So it's like a light and a dark. And you know, I am not an artist. I just kind of colored, and it's probably not even the best coloring job. I mean, I'm wearing my readers, but it's not bad. There is definitely some variation there. So I'm going to repeat the same thing and do the center. So again, with my soft suede, I'm going to go with the light one first. And I'm going to do that kind of along the outside edge. And this one I even do in a circle motion because there's a lot of stamped parts there from the little dots. From all the seeds, right? All the sunflower seeds. And then I'm going to bring the dark one in and kind of do just in the center. And again, just, it's kind of messy. It's not really perfect. And then on this one, because it's a very big difference, I'm going to actually bring the light one back in and kind of just right where the two meet, just go right along the edge and just kind of pull color, blend a little bit more so that there's a little bit of a softer line. Hopefully that makes sense, what I'm saying. You can see that it's not as hard of a separation of color there. Okay, now let's do the same thing with Old Olive on the two leaves. I'm going to start with the light one. Just do the outer part. Of course, then you've got the veins of the leaves. We're going to come in and do that with the darker one. This is the longest part of this card, is the coloring. And I am not a big coloring person. I don't color a lot. I never did as a kid really either. I mean, I did a little bit, but... So just like the brown one, soft suede, I'm going to bring in, you see the lines are a little bit hard there. I'm going to bring the light green back in and kind of blend it together a little bit more. So it's not so harsh of a line. Okay. So there's my sunflower all colored in with the blends. Baking is crafting, right? Yes, I would say yes. Baking can be crafting. Yes, of course. They make whole shows on that right now. I love the Great British Baking Show. I watched the whole series on Netflix, I gotta say. Okay, so now we're gonna bring this back in, all our pieces and parts, and put this together. So I'm gonna adhere my sunflower right there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive, and I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. And I like to, just going to put a little bit on the one edge, because I will add a dimensional. So it's kind of filling in that blank spot there. I'm going to flip it over and put a few dimensionals on the back, especially over the seam of the two pieces that I've just joined together. Couple of those on the back. All right. Then we're going to put this kind of in the center, just wherever it looks good on your card. Like that. And the last thing is I've taken some of the Bumblebee Gingham ribbon, which this is in the regular catalog. This is really a great ribbon. It's very soft and it's just dainty. It's got a little teeny bit of a, I don't know if you can see that detail, a little teeny bit of an edge right along the one edge, like a little rippled edge there. But it's a really pretty ribbon, and I've just taken about 3 or 4 inches and just tied a simple knot. Then I'm going to take some glue dots and put that right on my card front. So I'm not actually putting it through the card, I'm just adhering it with the glue dots. I put 2 kind of right on the back of that. I'm going to just stick that right at the top of the little greeting label, and that's it. Voila, a little sunflower sunshine. But right now, I mean, I've seen so many pictures with people in sunflower fields around here. There's apparently a sunflower field that people have been going to visit and take pictures in, and they've had some amazing pictures right now. So yes, awesome. Okay, well, that's what I have for tonight. I don't even know I don't even know. All right, let me see if I can see the comments. While I'm looking through, just if you've joined us on the back end of this, just a reminder that if you want to get in the Prize Patrol drawing, you can share the video or you can share what you're crafting along with me. And you can do that all the way through Friday, and I will put all those names in a drawing for the Prize Patrol drawing for this week's virtual craft together. And I hope you plan to join me every Thursday. Believe it or not, there's only 2 Thursdays left before the 30th of September, which is the end of the Stampin' Up! Year, which is when I'm trying to get my trip points in by. So I can't believe the time is just ticking. Time is just ticking, right? So thank you for joining me tonight. I'm just scanning through real quick to see. I still can't see. I see a lot of comments. I'll have to come back and look at them all. Hi, ladies. Some of you joined me a little bit late, but thank you for being here. Yes, I'm excited. Tony is shouting one of your favorite bundles. I just saw that one. Thank you for sharing. Working on Old Paper Pumpkin, Broadway. Oh, that was a good one. I actually used a lot of those cards, especially for birthdays, Lynn. That was a fun one. The Broadway one. It was such bright, fun colors. Tracy's working on her August Paper Pumpkin. Hey, nothing wrong with that. You're not late. Christina's been in Florida. I know that. She's at Disney this weekend, I believe. So fun stuff there. All right. Well, I'm excited for the next few weeks, and hopefully you make plans to join us every Thursday night. And go ahead and plan for making something along with me. If you didn't get to do that tonight, try and do it next Thursday so that you commit this time to just crafting along and enjoying a little downtime and craftiness. So I think it's good for everybody. All right, well, I'm going to sign off for the night. Hope you have a great rest of the week and enjoy the weekend. Good night.